What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Kimo. His partner today in the green color, playing as Hades. His name is Matreiuss. His opponents, their opponents today in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Skady. And his partner today, also playing as Loki. His name is Joe. First game went by with Kimo and Matreiuss absolutely slaying it with the Loki Poseidon. A little bit of changes here. Joe moving away from the Zeus, going into Loki, and Skady moving into Loki as well. And even Matreiuss changing things up, trying out his Hades here. Interesting god to pick in this matchup because it's a tough one. It's a tough matchup. Hades versus Loki, or just Hades versus anything in team games. He's just got no mobility. However, if everything goes well for you and you pass all the crazy mobility issues that happen, Hades is a really strong late game team god. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, we've got some relics here. We've got the Oseberg wagon. It's a good relic, except everyone's Loki here. The Eye of Horus is here as well. Some really nice ones. We've got the Trio's bow. We've also got the Wedget Eye. Oh my god, everything is good so far. Dwarven Calipers. My god. Anchor of Ra. They just keep getting better and better. Are there any bad relics on the map? This has never happened before. Boots of... Uh-oh. And Harmonia's necklace. There is literally no relic on the map which is not worth picking up. So we're going to see some exciting times, but there's if anyone here in this game is stream sniping, there is definitely not a Boots of Kick Everything relic here. It's not right here in this black fog. Oh, Matreiuss scouting out this area. We'll see if he spots it. I mean, this Ankh of Ra as well is so godly. Relic for the Loki players, plus the myth unit technology as well. Oh, he just missed it. Or did he? Is that where it was? Looks like the pigs might spot it. Just? No? Temple going up for Kimo. Temple going up for Joe. Temple going up for Skady. Temple going up for Matreiuss. Everyone's doing the standard stuff. Let's check out these pigs, though. How many did you manage to get? 12 for Matreiuss. 8 for Skady. 12 for Joe. Nice one. And it should be 10 for Kimo. Nice. Nice one. Oh, no. Kimo's got... Holy 14. I wouldn't be surprised if this relic just goes by the wayside. Like... Ajax coming out for Matreiuss. He can actually clean up all the relics first. So you want to grab the far ones that you want first. So come up and grab the Wedget Eye if you want to prevent the Loki players from getting that one first, and then come back. And even Trio's bow is so good as well. We see some walls coming up here. I love that Matreiuss went forward hunt first, because that means that he's not going to get pushed off by Skady early, because he can just move back here. And he's also got these hippo in his base as well. So Matreiuss is going to be completely fine for the longest time here. No problems at all. Double temple for Kimo again. He loves the double temple. I'm not sold on it, to be honest. And he's also advancing first. Why is Joe so far behind on this advance? He's got 5 villagers on wood and 8 villagers on food. If you do advance this late, I like the second temple. But if you're advancing like relatively quickly, like before 440 or something like that, I don't know if I like the temple, because you're not really getting that many. And we see that Joe actually advanced later because he got out an early Hersur to start relic hunting. I love it. And we do see the Oseberg wagon has been picked up by Matreiuss. Skady gets the Wedget Eyes. Moving forward, he's going to be going after the Dwarven Calipers as well. And the Hersur moving over here. Is he going to see the relic? Maybe he'll see it on the way back to this temple. Maybe. He's getting the Ankh of Ra. We've got Athena for Matreiuss. Force for everyone else. double stable for Matreiuss as well. As Ajax is fending off the incoming threats from the Loki player. Meanwhile, Village is happily hunting away. Nice defense here from Matreiuss, and the Chiron's out as well. So at this point, it's really hard for the Loki player to make any ground against Hades. Oh! We're just keeping an eye on this little black fox. Oh! 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 Yeah, it's not that good of a relic anyways, is it? You know, it's like, what is it? Only, yeah, it's not that, it's not. Oh, let's see. Maybe Joe will have better eyes. Maybe Joe will have better eyes. Let's see where he goes. We've walked past, both players have walked past each other. Both players have very defensive bases, very easily defended hunt. Forward hunt here has been completely missed by Kimo. Yep. Up. 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 He's got it. He got it. He's got it. This is why Joe's expert staff. Anyways. Oh, we got the real game. Oh, an Iron spawn. That's absolutely huge here. Restoration from Matreiuss though. The Iron. Oh, is he gonna? He has to run past the gate. Okay, he's out. He's out. He's out. Oh, I thought maybe he's continuing to fight there with the Iron here. I might have been actually okay because you get another myth unit spawn because of the extra damage you get there. We do see. Is he just? What's the relic? Oh, he's got Harmonia's necklace here as well. So many good relics. Look at this. 6.14 speed for Joe here. Now Joe coming over, hitting some of Kimo's units. Skady hitting them as well. Kimo all over the place with his Herser currently. Now Matreiuss moving forward with his Hippocon, with his Chiron. Has no restoration left. Still pumping them out. Getting a second town center. I like this from Matreiuss. Nice play here. We are seeing the Joe's Herser turning around, trying to get a little bit of extra damage done on, or Kimo trying to get a little bit of extra damage done to Joe here. And Joe's just going to be flying around the map, just having a great time. Meanwhile, Kimo's got a random troll down the bottom of the map. Healing Springs going off for Kimo somewhere. Well, I like this. I actually really like this Healing Spring, sharing it with Matreiuss because he's not going to need. Well, he will have to come over and defend his base, especially with Joe just running around with Throst. Throst here is just he's just a ship bender, you know. And we taking down one of these. Oh, an Iron spawn as well. This is going to help out so much. Look at this damage that these guys come up to here. I can't click. Up to 12 damage. Crazy. And Kimo coming in to defend. Meanwhile, second town center coming up for Skady as well in the back here. And the Anhia getting picked off. Village moving over onto that gold mine. I would love to see a dock here from Joe. Dock and a transport ship hit this gold mine would be absolutely insane. We are seeing a longhouse now coming down for Kimo. We're seeing armory down for Joe and a longhouse. But it's not going to happen. Obviously, he doesn't know that this gold mine's here, but I mean, come on. Where else is he going to be putting his stuff? Now Kimo retreating back. Herser chasing him down. We do have these Joe Herser just finding stuff. Picking off one Hippocon there. Nice play from Joe. Never want to settle for letting those straggler units go by with the Herser. It's really big. The Iron here does get picked off. Don't leave it alive. Yeah, kill it. Yeah. Good. Here is the Sentinels up now for Joe. Or for Matreiuss. God, I can't think. Brain no good. Balls for Matreiuss getting sniped by Skady. Kimo searching for something to do. Joe's finding the armory and a troll here, so he can pick that off if he wants. Pick the armory off. Pick the Alt Stark off. We got Bragi coming through for Joe. This could be huge. Because Kimo isn't advancing yet, Joe can just go for a flaming weapons attack and just completely wipe Kimo out here. This can be just game right here. Armory down as well. Get copper mail. Get copper shields to defend like less damage against the town from the town center. And you just move in and you flaming weapons attack and I'm not sure that Kimo can defend. And he's trying to get to the next age, but if he loses the town center, it's all over, right? Second town center coming up now for Joe. I don't like that as much in the Loki mirror. When the Loki plays nice and close. Just going straight to the Mythic Age, generally better because you get the Nidhogg out. Really difficult to deal with. How many Herso here? We've got 21 for Kimo. 19. Or 20 for Joe. Joe now making his way into the main base here. It's 45% for that Bragi, but Joe's just not aware of it. He doesn't realize how far in front he is right now. He could just go for it, but he's not doing it. Instead, breaking down this wall, going to go after these dwarves on the gold mine. All the hunt villagers. The hunt's completely finished here. Joe's troll sneaks through as well. And Joe just retreats out like nothing happened, but he's opened this up. Kimo's just going to rebuild it. No problems there. And that timing that Joe has slipped away, so he's going to have to go for something else. It's not game over. He's just... It's sort of like missing checkmate in one a little bit, but it's like he took like the knight instead by grabbing the town center. So he's still got an advantage. It's just not that big of an advantage. Because Kimo's got all of these Herso here, and anything can happen in this fight, this flaming weapons fight that may happen. Still no real... Oh, we got some armory upgrades. Better ones for Kimo though. Second town center coming up now for Kimo. Matreiuss and Skady just having a jolly old time here. Looking for something to do, but there's really not much to do in the Hades Loki war. Kind of just need to hit a timing attack on the town center or something. There's there's Skady getting his town center up, and he's pushing Matreiuss back. Meanwhile, Joe could just chase this army around. Remember, he's got like almost 0.4 more speed. Yes, yeah, almost 0.4. So, big advantage for him. Still, what's happening now? We got Joe going through tier. I do like that. Using the flaming weapons tier, flaming weapons Fimbulwinter. Hurts Matreiuss quite a bit, gives Skady an option. We don't have Bragi coming through for Skady just yet, which does make his Herso very, very weak. Meanwhile, Kimo's coming around. We see the town center coming up for Joe in the front, and Kimo's just like, and Joe's just like, nah, get back into your home. I'm gonna just usher you back in. And it's just like Kimo just can't fight basically. He needs more armor upgrades. If he can get like bronze mail and have a fight or something, maybe he gets an event. Oh, Joe's already got bronze mail. He's just so far in front. Matreiuss, on the other hand, he's doing really, really well. Oh, as I say that, he's just almost... Has he lost him? No, he sneaks out the back way. And Kimo's going to use flame weapons. Joe's going to use flaming weapons here. Mountain Giant spawn, Valkyrie spawn. It's all about who gets the better spawns in this fight. Another Valkyrie spawn here for Kimo. Joe continuing to fight here. He's hitting the Mountain Giant. He gets a Frost Giant. Absolutely huge. Joe hits the Mythic Age through tier. Casts Fimbulwinter. We have a Battle Ball here for Kimo. Iron ER for Kimo as well. Needs... Joe just really short on those myth units here for some reason, but there's a Fire Giant for Joe, absolutely huge, and Kimo looks like he is falling behind with Joe. 111 population, Kimo 93 population. Valkyrie spawn here for Kimo, but Joe just way too far in front in this fight. Got way too many good myth units. Had the bronze mail as well, whereas Kimo was short on that one. And Kimo has been pushed back into his home base here. And Matreiuss has to think about coming over and helping. Kimo hits the Mythic Age through hell though. Gets his Nidhogg out. That's enough to push Joe back. However, Skady has an idea. He wants to come in. He wants to help out. These are still only classical age Ursa. Oh no, they're heroic age Ursa. So there's another flaming weapons. That could potentially happen here. And Skady casts the flaming weapons here. The throwing axeman attacking the Nidhogg. The fire giant attacking the Nidhogg. Trying to get all that damage done. Ursa retreating back to the base here. Skady should just move in, try and take down the town center or something like that. Meanwhile, Joe has to deal with Matreiuss. Looks like Skady being a little bit reluctant to make a move into Kimo's base, who's starting to pump out those Nidhogg. We do see Skady throwing down a temple here, but he's deciding against it. Needs to move in, needs to make something happen here. Can fight Kimo in this town center, no problems. He needs to figure out what else he can do here. Do we have Axe of Muspel? No. Skady is going through hell though, so he's going to have his own Nidhogg. Meanwhile, Matreiuss still not advancing. He's got Underworld. He's got very little food income, or he's short food income for some reason. He's not pumping out villages that well. We do see a nice raid here from Joe onto Kimo's villages. The Hippocon are here to repel it, but Joe doesn't care. These Ursa are just doing absolute work against those villages there. Now we've got some Pacifists coming out for Matreiuss in order to pick off the Ursa of Joe and Skady. Going to be really, really important there. The Fire Giant does get picked off. Kimo's Nidhogg coming in to help out, and Kimo just needs to secure this town center, and we can continue in this game. This power spike from Joe may be thwarted for the time being, but Joe is 3 town centers. He has a lot of economy. He can transition into throwing axe, he can transition into fully upgraded old socks. He can do whatever he wants here. Throwing out Fenris Wolf Brute or anything like that is an option as well to hit the Hades economy, or anything basically. There's the Mythic Age by Skady, but there's so many Fire Giants out for Kimo. No, it's a risk to cast the Flaming Weapon, risk to cast the Nidhogg, because these Fire Giants do so much damage to the Nidhogg. You can see they're doing somewhere between 20 and 30 damage an attack here against, or even 50 damage it's looking like, onto the Nidhogg. Does so much damage because it's got, look at this, just getting completely massacred against what Kimo's got here. We still have the heavy throwing axeman going after the Nidhogg, and the Nidhogg's going to be turning around to face each other. Both should fall at roughly the same time, but Joe after the Fire Giants there, that's going to help keep Skady's Nidhogg alive for the time being here. More Fire Giants coming out now for Skady on the front here. It looks like he's gotten Rampage, which means his Fire Giants get built very, very quickly here. However, Ursa on top of these, but we do see the Fire Giants have been picked off. Meanwhile, we've got Matreiuss starting up a siege weapon wall here in order to start taking down this town center. There is a Ursa in the middle of this, but it does get picked off. Meanwhile, the wall's not finished just yet. Needs to finish those off in the back and in the front a little bit as well. Has managed to do so. Now the Petropolis can take this down. However, the gate very low here. Needs to repair it. Not doing it just yet. Now Joe's going to grab this town center and continue putting the pressure onto Kimo here. However, the question is, can Matreiuss finish off Skady in a timely fashion? Greek players do end up having this crazy push that happens a little bit later. If we see maybe an Artemis coming for Matreiuss, we do not see it on the way. Nidhogg coming over, and the Chiron is chasing after him. Does a lot of damage, but I mean the Nidhogg does have 64% pierce armor. But he does take a lot of damage, that's for sure. Meanwhile, it's like 4 town centers up, or about to be 4 town centers up for Joe. And he's just going to be able to hold on to this location here. He doesn't have Fire Giants, though, so that's a big advantage that Kimo has over Joe, which is going to mean that Joe is going to struggle mightily as the Nidhogg falls of Skady. Joe's going to struggle mightily about pushing into Kimo. So Kimo may be able to just hold here for a long time, while Matreiuss may be able to push back. But it's looking like Skady is holding his own currently against the Hades might of Matreiuss. And it looks like we may be hitting a slight stalemate here. Oh, I saw a lie. There's so many fire giants. Matreiuss can, like, if Matreiuss can be Mythic Age here, you can get out his Matreiuss to really punish the fire giant of Skady, but not being Mythic Age is a big problem right now. Meanwhile, the fire giant, look at this. They are going to completely decimate this army if he can get a special attack ball onto a bunch of those throwing axemen in the back. And there's just so many military units here for Kimo. Not over-economizing here, just pumping the units out. Needs to get out his line upgrades for the infantry, though. Joe is not stacking wolves. I don't think wolves would be the right move here. He's making battle ball. The Hersa needs to somehow get around the back and hit these fire giant. They are all full HP. Nice micro. Oh, doesn't quite get him away though. Look at that. Fire giant special. There it is on the throwing axe, and they just get completely destroyed. The Hersa of Joe not surviving long enough. They picked off one of those, but have not got the next couple. And while this is happening, more fire giant coming out for Kimo, but Joe's got a lot of economy here, so he can sort of just sacrifice into this, and he has managed to force Kimo to retreat. Meanwhile, Matreiuss just too slow here, still hasn't managed to get to the Mythic Age. He is going through Artemis though. That's going to help out quite a bit. He could earthquake this town center in an effort to get Kimo back into the game. I think Kimo has the better god path. Hell is definitely better against Loki than Tyr. But he's just so far behind that it might not matter. The battle ball coming back in can distract against these fire giant here. Just run the Hersa around until the throwing hacksmen stop attacking them, and once they do, you go after those fire giants, but it is tough. Meanwhile, the battle ball seems to be taking a lot of the fire giant damage so that those throwing axemen can deal a lot. Some myth unit spawns here for Joe as well. Meanwhile, we've got docks coming up for Joe. He's taken down the back town center here. We missed that. And you can even get those Yorman Elvers out, and that's going to be huge, preventing Kimo from being two town centers here. There's the earthquake, though, onto Skady's base. Absolutely huge. Takes out everything. There's still a hill fort there, but these buildings all going down, plus the town center. And then there's going to be an immediate Perseus coming through. The Chimera can go for some potential raids here as well for Matreiuss. This is going to be huge. We'll see if he can make it happen or not. Fire Giants defending mightily here. Look at that special. Every single time you see all of those throwing axemen's HP bars highlight. Splash damage. Gigantic there. And now looks like Joe can just grab this town center for himself if he wants to. We are seeing those dwarves making their way over here, but there's no ox cart. There's no ox cart here, so they're useless. And Kimo is just going to fall to pieces here. He's got the fire giants, but when Joe gets out some Hersa that can push in, there's no throwing axemen left. There's no economy for Kimo left. Matreiuss just needs to win here somehow, some way. He still hasn't got his Perseus out, so it's huge losing the Chiron as well. This guy's just going to be able to hold for a long enough time. Town center looks like it's going to be attempted to get denied here. Special attack does no damage against buildings for some reason. At least I think it does no damage against buildings. Pushing Kimo back into his base here. He's got enough units here to win this fight if he can just get onto those fire giants, and they're out of position. We can get a lot of free damage done, and then the battle ball can take down the hometown center as well. We are seeing those fire giants falling. No fire giants getting built because he doesn't have the gold. And Kimo looks like he's crumbling, but so does Skady here. As Matreiuss is trying to grab this town center for himself, but it looks like Joe is just too far in front. Playing absolutely out of his mind here. And even then, it looks like the fire giant's going to be able to deny this. The rest of the units flooding in for Skady, able to hold on. Kimo taps out. Matreiuss taps out. GG, what a game. Joe deciding not to leave the relic there. That was possibly the funniest thing ever. But well played by Joe Skady. Really nice Loki play, able to take out Kimo here. And Matreiuss played well, wasn't able to win fast enough. His back dock build, absolutely key, able to prevent this town center from staying up. GG. Well played by the Dodds here. And that was the game. I just felt like I had to tell Kimo. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.